video, we were going to solve one sample problem from Chapter 2, the properties of pure substance of thermodynamics. To determine A, the temperature, B, the total enthalpy, and C, the mass of each phase of water in a 10 cubic feet rigid tank filled with 5-pound mass of water at 25 pounds per square inch absolute. We're going to use the property table in table A-5E to determine the temperature. So our temperature at 25 pounds per square inch absolute is 240.03 degree Fahrenheit. To determine the total enthalpy, we're going to use this equation. But first, we were going to solve the specific volume of the water. The formula for specific volume is equals to the total volume over mass, and our total volume is equals to 10 cubic feet, and our mass is 5-pound mass, and our specific volume is equals to 2 cubic feet per pound mass. To solve the quality X, this is the formula that we're going to use. Quality X is equals to the specific volume minus the specific volume of saturated liquid over the difference between the specific volume of the saturated vapor and the specific volume of the saturated liquid. We can use our property table to determine the specific volume of the saturated liquid and the saturated vapor in table A-5E. Our specific volume is 2 cubic feet per pound mass minus the specific volume of saturated liquid, which is 0.01692 cubic feet per pound mass, over the specific volume of saturated vapor minus the specific volume of saturated liquid. Cancel out the unit, and our quality X is equal to 0.1217. Next, we're going to solve the specific enthalpy, and the formula of specific enthalpy is equals to the specific enthalpy of the saturated liquid plus the quality X multiplied by the enthalpy of vaporization. We can use again our property table in table A-5E to determine the specific enthalpy of the saturated liquid and the saturated vapor. And now we can plug in our value, and our specific enthalpy is 324.38 British thermal unit per pound mass. We can now solve the total enthalpy using this formula, and our mass is 5-pound mass multiplied by the specific enthalpy, which is 324.38 British thermal unit per pound mass. Cancel out the unit, and our total enthalpy is 1621.9 British thermal unit. We can now solve the mass of each phase of water using these two formulas. We were going to solve the mass vapor first, and the formula of the mass vapor is equal to the quality X, and our quality X is 0.1217 multiplied by the mass total, which is 5-pound mass, and our mass vapor is equals to 0.6085 pound mass. And lastly, we are going to solve the mass liquid, and the formula of mass liquid is equals to the mass total, which is 5-pound mass, minus the mass vapor, which is 0.60085 pound mass, and the mass liquid is 4.3915 pound mass.